Valentine's month, so here's a very lovey-dovey TBR for the month of February. We're all cozy here, we got some warm tea going. I'm on my really comfy reading chair in my cozy corner in my room. It's been raining outside all day and this is the perfect weather to talk about books. So my biggest bookish goal for 2025 is to expand my horizons and actually read something, just anything other than gory mysteries and serial killer thrillers, because that's all I read. I mean, I'm obsessed. I love the genre and I will always be reading one, but I really feel like it's time that we read new genres. So I've tried to get more into romantasy as well as nonfiction. But because this is February and it's the love month, of course we're gonna be reading some romance. Now let's go ahead and get started with my most anticipated book of the month. We got Deep End by Ali Hazelwood. This book actually comes out today and I will be getting my hands on it very, very soon. My boyfriend asked me if there was anything that I wanted for Valentine's Day, and I literally sent him the link to this book because as a STEM girly myself, I love Ali Hazelwood. I've read all of her books and I absolutely love them all. My understanding is that this one is not as sciencey as the other ones, but it still takes place in college, so I'm gonna read it and I'm gonna love it. I'm a book of the month girly. So here are the books I chose for my favorite box. First off, we got First Time Caller by B.K. Borson. I absolutely love this book. I mean, can we just appreciate how pretty this cover is? I actually read Love Light Farms in December because it was like Christmas sea vibes, and I absolutely love this story. I thought it was really cute and really sweet, and the characters actually had some depth. I don't know, I thought the plot was pretty good. It was really cute. And this one says, a hopeless romantic meets a demoralized radio host in this cozy, sleepless in Seattle inspired love story. I'm so intrigued to know what happens in this book. I'm so excited. It's giving 90s rom-com in the best way possible, and I can't wait to read this. Because this is actually my birthday month, I actually get a free book of the month, and I picked P.S. I Hate You by Connolly. And again, what a pretty cover. My understanding is this one has second chance, enemies to lovers, road trip kind of vibes going, so I'm actually really excited. But then also it goes into deeper topics like grief, because I think she loses her brother, which is his best friend. And I just love when a romance has some emotional depth. So it says, in this splendidly bittersweet romantic comedy, enemies forced together by mutual loss are led on a country journey towards a second chance. Now, the other day I went on a run and I ran into this little free library and they had this book. I mean, again, can we just appreciate this cover? A novel love story by Poston. The colors are stunning, which is what caught my attention. I've heard so many creators talk about this book and it's supposed to be like a really cutesy story. So the main character, it's driving around, I don't know, maybe she's going on a road trip, not really sure, but her car breaks down and then she ends up in this town that's actually so familiar to her, even though she's never been there. And then she finds out that actually this is the town of one of her favorite books. It kind of sounds like magical realism with some romance and just a love letter to book lovers. I usually have a physical book, an audiobook, and also a book on my phone that I usually get from the Libby app going on at the same time, all times. So the audiobook for this month is actually going to be Beautiful Ugly by Ali Hazelwood. I have read a lot of her books. I've really liked all of them. I thought they were all pretty well done. They have a really interesting plot, completely different from anything else that I have seen. There's always some twists and turns here and there. And yes, I know I said that I was gonna try to read books that weren't thrillers and weren't mystery, but I can't help myself. I am so sorry. I'm a thriller girly through and through, and I will never stop reading them and I will never stop loving them. And I actually don't know what this book is about. I'm going in blind and I'm just trusting Ali Hazelwood because she hasn't let me down yet. Moving on to the Libby book, we got Fan Fiction by Kate Statement. This one seems to be really funky and I think I'm gonna love it actually. It pretty much follows these girls that's obsessed with this vampire book series, and she finds out that the vampire characters are actually not fictional and they're actually real. And I already know this is a romance, so I'm getting the feeling that she's gonna fall in love with one of them, probably. So I'm actually really excited. It sounds really fun. It sounds very new, and it also sounds like a love letter to book lovers. So I'm here for it. This has vampires and it's a love story, so I'm gonna count this as my romantasy for the month. I'm pretty sure it also has a magic system, so it qualifies, okay? Moving on to my last book, we got The Let Them Theory by Mel Robbins. Everyone and their mother is reading this book or has read this book, or it's talking about the Let Them Theory, or is listening to the podcast, or is talking about Mel Robbins. So I'm actually really excited. Everyone's talking about it, like I said, or maybe that is just the side of TikTok that I'm on right now. I actually already started. I'm 60 pages deep and I'm absolutely loving it. I love her voice. I love the way that she's very humble and how she's very down to earth when talking about all of the techniques and stuff. She's not out here being like, I wake up at 4 a.m. This is my perfect routine and this is why everything's working out well. She's actually telling you how her life was not so perfect and really she was able to turn around when she turns like 40, like in her 40s. I'm not a nonfiction person, but I love the way that this is written and the way that she's narrating it. It reminds me a lot of that book called You're a Badass at Making Money. I absolutely love that book, and it's a reason why I'm into personal finance, but that's a whole different story. I'm actually really excited to keep reading this. Maybe it will inspire me to read more nonfiction in the future. And that's my February TBR. We got some romance, we got some nonfictions, we got a thriller, no one's surprised, and we also got some romantasy. I'm very excited. We'll see at the end of the month how many of these I actually end up reading. I do have some travel scheduled. Even though that means I will be able to read in the plane, it also means that I'm probably gonna be distracted while I'm there and I'm not gonna have as much time to read as I usually do. I'm very excited about all these picks and I'll let you know how many I actually read and what I think about them. Also, I would love to know what books you're excited about reading this month. If you have any book recommendations, romance, or any other genre, honestly, leave them in the comments. I'm always looking for new books to read and add to my TBR. I'll talk to you in my next video. Bye!